everyone! Welcome back to the Scholantis tutorial videos. As many of you know, we've been working on some really great new features. So today I'm just here to talk about the latest SIS data sync which we've been working on. If you don't know what this is, we've been working with Maplewood, PowerSchool and MyEdBC in order to integrate some of your student information into your portals, just so that it's all in one place. It's going to make it easier to create classrooms, have parents subscribe to these classrooms so that they can be a part of everything going on. For example, if their child uploads something new to their portfolios, they'll now be able to receive a push notification to their emails which will notify them of this. And teachers are now also going to be able to pull up some demographic information on their students, and we've made it super easy for teachers to now email or contact parents. So today I'm just going to show you how to do that and where you can find all this information. So to start, if you just go over to your My Site, you can access this if you log into your portals. So now as a teacher, when you create a class, it will automatically bring up all your students. Normally you would have to add each student in individually. But now with the new SIS integration, teachers will find a list of all their classes on the Access page. Now if you're not sure how to create a classroom, you can just go back to my earlier video and I'll show you how to do this. But for now, if I'm just going to go and create class and go to Access. And as you can see here, I'm logged in as teacher Rowan Simon, and he can see every one of his classrooms, and if he presses on the little plus button, he can add those students to his classroom. And if he does want to double check that every student is in there and he's got the correct class, when he clicks onto grade 1 gym, here's a list of every student that participates in that classroom. And the same would apply if he clicked on any of the other classrooms, it would just bring up a list so he can double check that all his students are in there. And then if he wants to add that to the classroom, there we go. You can just press the plus button, it'll turn into a green tick. And that's how you know that the students are going to be imported into that online classroom instead of having to add them individually. The other thing that the SIS integration also allows you to do is pull up demographic information about your students and also email parents individually, or you can send a mass email out to every single parent of the students in your classroom. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. I'm going to go to one of Rowan Simon's pre-made classrooms just for the purpose of the video. So I can show you here. If we go into Dewey's grade 4 learning, now when he goes onto his student list, if he clicks onto a child, it will bring up all their demographic information. Here we can see what grade she's in, what gender, the birth date and country she was born in. And also it's great because if you're doing this from an iPhone or an Android or something like that, you'd be able to click on this number here and it would call out to the parents at home. You'd be able to do it straight from your phone. You wouldn't have to type that number in or anything like that. And it'll just automatically call that number so that you can contact the parent. And at the bottom here, after you can see the overview, we also have the guardians. So you can see the name of the parents and what the relation is to that. And again, the phone numbers which you can dial from straight from your mobile phone or device. And the same applies for the email. If you clicked on a parent's email address, it would bring it up straight in the browser so that you could email them straight away. Obviously, we just have a test one here and this is my email address, but that would bring up whichever email you were using and you'd be able to email that out straight away. Now at the top here, you'll also see a new button which we've recently added, and this is Email All Parents. So as soon as you click onto this, it'll bring up all the email addresses into a new browser of your email. So here if you have an announcement for parents, maybe you have an event coming up and you want to remind them or anything like that, now you can just click on that, and instead of having to add everyone individually, it would just bring that up for you. And this is all really great because it just means that now you have access to this information, it's all in one place, and it's really easy to extract to use if you want to send emails or just find out a little bit more about your student without having to log into a number of different places to try and pull up that information. Okay, so I've just changed over to the portfolios part of this classroom. As you can see, it's at the top here next to the student list, and at the side on the left you'll have a list of all the students in that classroom, and here at the top we have a button for parents. So now when you click onto this, when you click onto a child, there's going to be the option to send invite to either the mum or the dad of the parent. You don't have to send it to both of them if you just want to send it to one. And now when you say send invite, it'll come up with the confirm button. So the parents will then have to accept this invitation so that they can subscribe to this classroom. So once you press confirm, then there you go. You can either cancel the invite or resend the invite, but you just have to wait now until the parent replies to that. There's also a button at the top here that says send portfolio invites. So this will send a request to every single contact of your students. So now when we click on Constance here, we can see her father will have also received one of these emails to see if he wants to subscribe to this classroom. And just to show you what this will look like when the parents receive the email, they'll have a little bit of information here which tells them that they've been invited to subscribe to their child's portfolio. And as soon as they click subscribe to updates, that will automatically now send them push notifications every time something's changed in the portfolio, or if a teacher has pushed a specific item from the portfolio for their parents to see. And to the right here, we also have a button so they can just visit the portfolio so that they know what they're being invited to. And this is really great because it just means it's an easier way to get the parents involved or the point of contact. And you can really build that network between parents and teachers. And it's also great because it means that now every time something is uploaded to the portfolio, as a teacher, if I'm posting something to her portfolio, if a parent's accepted to subscribe to this classroom, there's now a notify parents option. So here, if you want to notify a parent of this piece of work, you can just press yes, and an email will be sent out to the parents once this post is submitted. And the submit button is just at the bottom here. Okay, so that's all from me. It was just a quick video. If you do want any help creating these classrooms or setting up your student lists and uploading pictures so that you know who those students are, you can just pop back and look at my earlier YouTube tutorials. And there it will go into details of how you create these classrooms if you're struggling or having any difficulties with that. So hopefully now it's easier to create your classrooms. We've made it super easy to communicate with parents and get them more involved in anything that's going on without having to log into 1,000 different places to try and bring up this information. And if you do have any suggestions, remember at the top right here, we have the little speech bubble. So if you want to give us any feedback or any new ideas, feel free to send them on so we can take a look at that. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll be back soon, I'm sure, with lots of new videos with all our new features that will be coming in the new year. Thanks, guys.